we doing after lunch? All right, you know, you got to bring a powerhouse to keep the people engaged after lunch. So you got a powerhouse. And we're going to talk about something that is extremely important that I want you to really think about yourself as I share this. But first, as I said, I am a brigadier general, retired, 33 years in the Army, and I always start by saying if you've served, have a passion for those who have served, or have a loved one who has served, can you give me a round of applause for them? And I start this because many who have not served don't understand the sacrifice, the dedication, and commitment that those of less than 1% have done in order to serve this country, to allow us to have the ability and privilege of choice. So I always like to start out by telling my comrades, I thank you for what you have done and continue to do that I don't get to see, no one in the world gets to see, but it keeps us safe. So can you give them another round of applause? So now I am a little snot-nosed girl from Darlington, South Carolina, one of 7. I am the daughter of Pastor Annie Lou Williamson and the daughter of Deacon Willie James Williamson Sr. Annie is 90, Willie is 91. They've been married 73 years. So longevity is in my blood. So my husband, my boo thing, my lover, my everything, he's stuck like Chuck with me, baby. And we had 33 years, but we got to keep going. Yes, yes. So I want to talk to you about how many of you have gone to the gym? Ever been to the gym? Show of hands. How many of you, like me, need to go to the gym? Remember, you're in the house of the Lord. Be honest. You're in the house of the Lord. So in the gym, for those who have gone and been in the gym, there's a thing called a spotter. You familiar with that? A spotter is someone that you can ask to when you're pushing up the weights, right? They're going to be standing right behind you as you lay down on the chair and you try to push the weight up. You with me so far? So who is that spotter in your life? That's who I want you to think about. Who is that spotter? For me, that spotter was Doris A. Woods. She was my English teacher. Doris A. Woods was the person that allowed me to be able to stand here today as a retired brigadier general, doing what I love, passion of what I love, of helping leaders be better in society. But here's the deal. I didn't like Doris Woods. Couldn't stand her. And I made the last grade in her class of English was a 48. Say 48. Yeah, that was my grade. Don't judge me. Remember the band talked about story. This is my story. So she was one who saw something in me. And a spotter, right? You ask that spotter to come and help you. They can see you laying on the table, but they also see that you have something in you, that desire, that push, that passion, that you want to get that bar off of the rings. And she was that for me. She pushed me. She didn't allow me to be mediocre. Even though I made a 48 in her class, she said, Twanda, you can do better. She said, I'm going to sign you up for drama class. Well, sign me up for drama class? What's that going to do for me? And I'm going to become your advisor. I'm never going to get away from this woman. I thought about putting sugar in her tank. But remember, I'm a PK kid. I can't do all that kind of stuff and get away with it. So she helped me by sending me to drama class. She allowed me to be able to put all of that into doing a literary interpretation at Claflin University, where I was blessed with an all-expense-paid scholarship to go to school. Thank you. But as I tell you, I came from humble beginnings. There was no way I was going to go to school. I was a first-generational student. So she helped me. A spotter is someone who sees something in you to help push you, not do the work for you. They're there to catch you if necessary, but they're not going to do the work for you. That's what Doris Wood was for me. Because she pushed me, because she allowed me to share my thoughts the way I felt them, the way I saw them, allowed me to be able to go into Claflin and graduate cum laude. Not thank you laude, but there was some thank you laudes in there. But I did a cum laude. But then I was able, as a spotter always encourages you that you can do it. I'm not going to do it for you, but you can do it if you put in the work. Then I moved on to Sergeant First Class Bobby D. Harris. I always tell this story about where when I first came into the military and I stood at the base of a rappel tower and my boss, who I thought was going to be seating into me, told me, Tia, you have no right to be in the military. I'm going to do everything I can within my power to make sure you don't make it. And Bobby D. Harris was my spotter. He asked me, he said, ma'am, you're going to be in your office all day crying about this, or are you going to figure out a strategy of how to get past him? He spotted me. I learned how to play racquetball. Say racquetball. I know y'all saying, what racquetball got to do with this? But let me tell you what it got to do with it. I learned how to play racquetball because the wives played racquetball. See, I was the only female officer in my brigade. So I was like Sesame Street, one of those things that didn't look like the other. So I learned how to play racquetball, and when I learned how to play racquetball, then I was going, he told me, go play racquetball, learn it, and then one day you're going to go there and you don't want to play. So when I got there, the ladies was like, hey, Tia, come on, let's play. I said, I don't feel like it. No, what's wrong? I can't talk to you. What do you mean you can't talk to you? Because if I talk to you, I'm talking to you about your husbands, and I can't talk to you about your husbands because you're going to go back and tell them. So they told me, no, you can talk to us. Well, y'all know pillow talk is a dangerous thing. So as I shared my information with them, let's just say fast forward, I was able to stand in line with my shoulders reared back as I saluted him very smartly, put my hand out, and I said, thank you, sir, for your service. See, Bobby D. Harris was my spotter. He didn't do it for me. He encouraged me to pick myself up, and he guided me through the process. That's the next step. Who's guiding you? Who are you guiding as a spotter? Who are you helping as a spotter? Who helped you get to where you are? Do you forget where you come from, or do you pull on those lessons and come forward to then help someone else? Am I talking to anyone in the house? So now here I am, standing in front of you because Doris A. Woods was my spotter, Sergeant First Class Bobby D. Harris was my spotter, but most importantly, God is my spotter. God has allowed me to be able to go through some things, to experience some things, to be able now to have that testimony, right? To be able to share that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that you can do this if you put in the work, that self-awareness about how you lead, the way you lead, is my passion and my purpose to help you be able to be a bold leader who dares to lead differently. And that's what generous leaders do. So you can find me on all social media at Twanda Young. You can find me on lt3leads.com, or you can share and come and be with us. We host a seat at the table. If you need a seat, want a seat, got a seat, want to keep that seat, join us at the seat at the table every month. Our next one is the 24th of September. Mr. Sean Fair is going to be on there. Dr. Tabitha is there. We're talking about how can we build leaders who are better for society. May God bless you. May heaven smile upon you. Thank you. And if you're ready to be a spotter for someone, I have 2 books that I've written, Dare to Lead Differently. Chew on this, 16 Bites for Bold Leaders. And I have Destiny Expose, which talks about perfectionism being the silent killer of leadership excellence. I would like to seed these into your life, but you're going to have to put in the work by getting up out your seat and coming to get it.